All right, Vybz Radio on 4.5 FM. We're good to go. We're good to go. On the dial, we have ZJ Chrome live from Jamaica. Right now, you can hear me, brother?
Yo, of course, loud and clear.
welcome. So we have just played Vybz Kartel's record of the dancehall EFX Riddim. What relationship do I'm just gonna go in right now. Is Vybz Kartel recording in prison?
I don't know.
Listen,
as you know, those songs were recorded over pretty much 10 years ago.
So you're releasing
today,
stuff that has been released, that has been recorded some couple of years ago?
Well, I do have older stuff right now. I do have older stuff that hasn't been released as yet. But like that record in particular, that's an old record. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show, big brother. This is ZJ Chrome live from Jamaica CR03. He works for Zip FM, and I'm really inspired by Zip FM. That's why my name is ZJ Heno. So it's good to have you on the show. So for the massive them who are tuned in for the first time, just give us a little bit of history of ZJ Chrome, from the DJing aspect of it, the radio presentership, you're a family man, and just everything that we need to know in a nutshell.
All right. Well, ZJ Chrome started out in music professionally in 2003. I started working at Zip 103 FM. I used to do sound systems before that and clubs. Then in 2009, I produced my first record. That was a rhythm by the name of Recession Riddim. That was me, and that was a collab with me and somebody else. My first independent one was the Chromium Riddim. From there, I dabbled deeper into producing, and I got a number of hit records. I mean, some of them like that one. I did Clark's, I did the Cardiac Keys, the Cardiac Bass, I did Dancehall Sings, I did the Rambo Canambo, I did so much. Mavada Hope and Pray, the entire Triple Bounce Riddim, that's me. So much. I can't name everything. Right now, my latest thing is Between the Lines with him, and that's it.
Nice.
In a nutshell.
So today is Jamaica's Independence Day, 6th of August. What does that mean to you as a Jamaican, as a producer, as a citizen of Jamaica?
Well, I mean, to anybody in this world, I mean, independence is what we all seek, you know what I mean? And it's great that the people before me could do this, so I am so free, so definitely it's a day for us to celebrate. In Jamaica, if it wasn't Corona time, we would be having a bunch of parties and doing a whole heap of things, you know what I mean? But, we kind of have to keep it low right at this minute. But it's definitely a big thing for me. I think it's definitely a day worth over celebrating. Jamaica is a small country, but we're like super huge across the world.
Yeah. So we've spoken about COVID, COVID mashing up and messing up stuff, in terms of entertainment, and how has it affected, in terms of the dances, because, in Jamaica, I was in Jamaica last year, Monday to Monday, y'all party, from the dance nights on radio everywhere.
Yeah.
But right now with COVID, it's a little bit limited. So how is it,
Well, definitely we took a big hit. Jamaica isn't Jamaica without the music, and the music is the music without the parties. So definitely we took a big hit. We're still taking the hit because right now parties are being held, but limited amount of people. So it definitely affected the entire industry. We use the parties to promote music. Of course, we use them for our entertainment purposes like dancing and enjoying them. So it's a big hit on Jamaican music. Jamaica is known for music and sports, and it's a big hit on the music.
Yeah, for real. So I can see you're in studio right now. Are you mixing? Are you mastering? What are you up to right now?
All right. Well, I'm actually recording. I'm doing a breakdown of Between the Lines Riddim. So I'm actually recording the breakdown of Between the Lines. I'm going to show. I mean, this is really for the producers and few people who are musically, interested in that kind of stuff. just a breakdown of everything, how I made this rhythm.
Okay,
So that's what I'm recording currently.
Yeah.
But I'm working on other whole part of stuff.
Okay, can you tell us what you're working on? Of course, you have the new Riddim out.
Yeah. All right. So my latest project is Between the Lines with him. Heno been beating it, so you must know it. Several times apart from that, I'm working on. I don't want to say too much about it. It's almost like an album, but I don't want to call it an album. So I want to call it something else. So maybe I just call it a compilation. You know, but I don't want to call it an album. But it's with a whole bunch of different people.
So is it something similar like? Sorry to cut you, brother, but is it something similar like Music Without Rules, something like that?
Yes, 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 definitely something similar to that, but it's a lot more authentic. It's all right. You know, I'll give it a name.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I give it a name? The name is.
We there, wait, you know.
All right. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just ensure
this
that I can
is
give it a name
Adrenaline.
before.
This is Vybz Radio. We get the exclusive, so it will be our pleasure to get the name from ZJ Chrome. You know. Yeah.
Definitely. It's called Flipping Dancehall. Flipping Dancehall.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, I'm going to just give you a quick rundown of it. It's flipping dancehall in two senses. Is flipping dancehall as in changing dancehall, and it's flipping dancehall as in let's get back to dancehall.
Yeah.
So that's it. So it's flipping dancehall. It works both ways. So that's the name. I'm working on a project by the name of Flipping Dancehall.
All right, cool. So speaking of dancehall and the authentic sound, what are your thoughts regarding dancehall trap? You know, we have the Daddy Ones, them, the Six Crew. You know, we have the Riddim Kings. You know, we have Volipa Jamaican artists, young Jamaican artists doing their thing, the Intense, the Eye Waters, them. You know, what are your thoughts regarding that? A lot of peers in the business have bashed them. They're like, you know what, this is not dancehall. The beats are too trappy and hip hop. What is ZJ Chrome's stand on that?
Yeah, well, listen, man, I love music, and when these guys do these things, I appreciate them. You know, if it's not my favorite thing, that's okay, but I still appreciate what they do, and this is what they grew up on. This is what they do, and it's their thing. They have an audience for it. I still think that there is space for the authentic dancehall. We don't do enough of it, but there is space for it. And when we do authentic dancehall, I realize that we get a bigger reaction from it. So there are little differences with it. The trap dancehall tend to fade away a lot quicker. The authentic dancehall tend to stick around a lot longer. Also, the fan base that's listening to them are totally different. So we have the fan base from the internet fan base is more the fan base of the trap dancehall, and the fan base of the authentic dancehall is more a listening, a party dancehall, a party crowd. You know what I mean? So there's space for it. I welcome change. You know, music is a cycle. I mean, in dancehall, we've always, sampled music from all over the world. It's okay now that we're sampling trap. You know, it's fine. I'll just leave some space for the authentic dancehall.
So do you think it's gonna be part of
killing
it? Okay, I understand. Do you think it's gonna be part of the culture, or this is just a wave for some couple of years, then we're gonna forget about it?
Well, music is definitely a wave. Everything goes, it's always a cycle. So you always have that wave coming through, and then we move on to something. But definitely this younger generation is all into trap. They're very heavy into trap. I've been to I went to Costa Rica to play, and it was Latin trap that was running the place. You know, every single country in this world have their trap. You know, have their version of trap. That's fine. That's okay. So I think it's a wave. We're gonna change to something. I'm not sure if we're gonna go back, but we're gonna change to something else shortly.
Yeah. So how do you get these artists on your rhythms, man? Like Chrome usually has his seal on the rhythm, Christopher Martin. Is it a relationship thing, or how do you choose an artist to voice for ZJ Chrome?
All right. Well, you know, relationship definitely plays a part. If you're good with somebody, they're the first person you reach out to. But separate and apart from that, I would hear somebody on this beat. I would just like to work with somebody, and I think that they would fit this beat. Padrino, for instance, on the Between the Lines with him. I didn't know him from anywhere. I mean, I met him on Instagram. Cecile made mention of him to me, and I listened to his songs on Instagram, and I was just like, "Yo, he's crazy. I need to record him."
Yeah.
And I just reached out, and he said, "Sure." Sure. And that's it. I mean, for me though, I kind of stick with the people who work with me. You know what I mean? I'm willing to work with new artists if they're willing to just do what it takes. Like, for me, it's never about hype. It's never about anything. For me, producing a reggae rhythm normally takes over a year. So the Between the Lines takes over a year. It took over a year to do that. So as long as you're patient and know that, yo, I recorded this song, we're gonna put this up pretty soon, then I'm fine. I'm good with you.
You're good to go. So who do you want to voice that you have not voiced yet? Like on your bucket list, like, if me get the artist here, me good to go.
No, well, I have a list, I have a huge list, but I mean, if you're making reference to Jamaican artists in particular, there are a lot of good talent out there. I mean, I haven't worked with the Marleys as yet. We were working on something, but it didn't work out. So I definitely want to work with the Marleys. There's so much talent out there. I want to work with Barris. I want to work with. There's so much. The list is very long. This is very huge, and not to mention international. There's so much African artists. There's so much United States artists. So the list is huge.
African artists. When are we gonna get? We're supposed to do something, brother. Let me just put you under the bus right now. Some couple of years ago, we were supposed to work on a Riddim, but through things we became busy and everything. So, when is ZJ Chrome producing like 100% Riddim for African, with all the African artists, for example?
Well, I can't do that by myself, and that's where you come in to help me.
Yeah.
Right. For the past couple of years, I didn't release much music. I just released maybe one thing per year or so. That was because I didn't know where music is, pretty much. We were going through the transition phase of trap into, I don't know. We were mixing up all the genres, pretty much.
Afro bashment, everything.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know where music is, and when I produce something, I have to love it. So I did stuff and I didn't like them. So I didn't put them out. You know what I mean? Now I'm focused. I'm ready. I know where I want to go. I'm not watching the crowd. I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are saying, yo, you're so brave to put out a reggae rhythm like that in this time. A lot of people said that to me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, the world is reacting to this. They love it. They love it. Like, the feedback is ridiculous.
I'm playing that
saying, yo, we've been wanting something like this.
Every time, yo, Heno, please, Between the Lines, busy signal, watch me, tafadhali, hero, Roman Vago. So it's getting a lot of, good response. So what advice do you have to the artists, especially the Kenyan artists, the African artists who want to do this dance or reggae thing, but, they don't have the patwa in them yet and they're still building up? Like, what, even established artists, what advice do you have? Because one thing with ZJ Chrome, massive, ZJ Chrome is such a humble guy, man. Like, ametulia mbaya sana. So what advice do you want to put out there to, the artists especially?
Well, this is just advice in general. If you want to break, you first have to have an audience. What I would recommend is getting an audience close. I mean, your friends, close people, your family. After you've conquered them and they believe in your music and think it's great, then you start to do your community. You start to do things in your community. As long as your community accepts you, then you start going to the outer communities. Then it's like that. When you create a fan base, to work with any producer, whether dancehall or anything, it's a lot easier. Because the minute they start to work with you, they realize that, hey, you have a fan base, and even if you're not so clear on the pathway or so on, your fan base will drive you. You know what I mean? Your fan base will drive you. And that's what you need. So you need to work on the fan base. You don't just get up and just want to work with a top producer or a top, person because you feel like they can put you places. I mean, I think just you need to work on you work on your craft, create your fan base, and as you create your fan base, you're gonna be great. Like whichever music you do, you're gonna be great.
So plans to visit the motherland, you have already come to Kenya, but after this COVID madness and everything is done, the world goes back to normal, for lack of a better word. Where are you gonna touch down first? Do you have plans to come over Yaso, or what's the plan?
Well, plans. Well, in 2020, I should have done a world tour in 2020. I had all the plans to do a world tour in 2020. Of course, COVID changed that. So I'm not sure if 2021 is going to be the year, but definitely I need to come back to Kenya. You know what I mean? I need to come back to Kenya and hold a vibe. The last time I came over there, I don't remember what year it was, but the vibe was,
I think, was
out of this
2012.
world,
2012 probably.
2012.
Yeah.
And as a person, I've grown a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more I want to give to Kenya, and so on. So I definitely have Africa in my world tour. Kenya to be exact.
Thank you.
If I'm gonna break it down. So you guys should see me soon. Yeah.
Up. So we have talked about everything, from the artist, how you build rhythms, who you want to work with, advice. What have we left out? Like, what should the Kenyan massive them know? What have we left out?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you said it all pretty much. I'm always working on new music. I'm gonna keep it the Chrome way. Definitely. I just have more music for you, man.
Yeah.
Just more big tunes for the party and enjoy yourself and sing along to.
So I'm a sucker for one drop rhythms and music. So apart from after Between the Lines, do you have like a series of other rhythms coming, especially one drop?
I do. I am actually working on the next one as we speak. So that project I told you about earlier, Flipping Dancehall.
Yeah.
That's a dancehall project. That's 90% complete, and I'm working on other reggae rhythms. Right now as we speak. Some of them halfway there, some of them not 100% there. But yeah, I'm working.
So do you
there's
get
big things in store?
All right, cool. So do you get like musicians to come to studio to build the rhythms, or everything is just done by yourself? Like how do you work? Break it down for us a little bit.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, the breakdown video that I'm doing will have a lot of that. I work with a lot of people to do rhythms. I'm not a musician, right? I can't play any instruments. I can ping pong on the piano and get what I need. Definitely. Between the Lines rhythm was made by me 100%. But I added some live. The guitar is live. I couldn't find a computerized guitar that sound authentic enough for me. Also, like the sounds I use, like the kick drum and those stuff were sampled from real recordings. I recorded those things.
Ooh, okay.
From the real drums, and then I created a sample pack. I also have sample packs coming out with that rhythm that you're playing, dancehall effects. That's the first one I'm going to release.
Okay.
I have all the sounds in dancehall effects, the sample pack. So if you need it, you can get it. So yeah, that's what I do. So I sample the live instruments and play them back. Pretty much. Musicians help me sometimes if I'm like, as I say, guitars. I don't do that. Anything with piano, if it's too much things, too much melodies that I need to play, I'll ask somebody. I can sit on the computer and draw all of them, but it's just more time consuming.
Yeah. So before we let you leave, it's actually 6 p.m. in the country, in the Nairobi city, in the capital city. We still have ZJ Chrome on the dial. It's 10 a.m. in Jamaica, right? 10:01.
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m. Right now.
10:01 in Jamaica. So before we let you leave, there are people who say like DJs collaborating with artists. Some people say that you are not a producer until you play an instrument. What do you have to say about that? Because you can just produce a project without even touching.
All right. Well, but the first thing I would say is the people who say that are silly. The first thing you need to do is is find out what's a producer and what's a musician. A musician plays instruments.
Yeah.
A musician can't necessarily produce either. Now, a producer is the one that has the vision and can put it together. 90% of musicians never produce good songs because they're too musical. They overplay or they underplay. You know. So it's totally different. You have producers like Timbaland for instance. He used to do it before. Now he has people doing it for him. In terms of he has a team that just plays does the thing. He oversees it, and that's it. He produced the record. You know, you don't need to be a musician to be a producer.
Yeah.
Right? So a producer is the one that oversees the project and ensure that it sounds the way it sounds. Quick story about Between the Lines. This rhythm, I wanted a particular sound for the rhythm. Like, it had to have a certain tone. I didn't want it to be like the original What's Going On roots reggae that was very bassy and very warm. I wanted a very thin sound for it, and I sent this. I mean, after I completed the rhythm, I sent it to 1, 2, 3 mixing engineers, and they didn't give me what I wanted, and I ended up and do it myself because I wanted what was not the norm. Everybody's used to pushing it hard and making it loud,
Yeah,
and too bassy.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I didn't want that for it. So so that's me being a producer.
Yeah. All right.
Me sitting on, having the vision and go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Any parting shot, last word before we let you continue? You know, you're still. It's a new day in Jamaica, so we want to let you continue with the day. But just any parting shot, any last word for the Kenyan massive them tuned in and worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, big thank you, much respect. You know, I mean, you guys always support the music. You guys are one of the most authentic people to music. Definitely, you just share something. If you love it, you're gonna show it love. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be some celebrity or something. You know, so we appreciate that. So much thank you. I mean, thanks for always supporting, and we want to work with you guys. You know what I mean? Hit me up on the gram. You know, and let me know who I should work with because it's from Jamaica. It's hard to pick who to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So help me out here. Heno is here, but help me out. Let me hear what you have to say also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, big up, much love.
Yeah, thank you very much, ZJ Chrome, live from Jamaica. And make sure you go online, go on iTunes, Audio Mac, every platform, Deezer, everywhere. Get that new rhythm Between the Lines produced by ZJ Chrome. And thank you very much for your time, brother. Have a good day and blessings to the family and the rest of the people, yeah?
All right, same to you, brother. Take care.
All right, bless. Oh my God, that was ZJ Chrome live from Jamaica. And bubbling underneath, Riddim, I'm a produce, Triple Bounce.